Okay, here we go. It's time to put some cams in a motor. This particular one's an iron head. That refers to the material here, not to the rider. A little humor there. Okay, a lot of times when you're working with a motor and you're putting bigger cams in, you get this paperwork, and they got a listing here called top dead center lift. Right there. So what they want you to do is spend a lot of money and get something like a Troc valve checker. Costs a lot of money. And the reason is they want you to, these cams are Y cams. They want 206 on the intake, 182 on the exhaust. They don't say it like that, but you're supposed to know that whenever there's two columns, it's always referred to intake as the top column. So it's intake, exhaust, 206. So what they want you to do is put the intake valve in, move it off its seat, 206 thousandths, put the exhaust in, move it off its seat, 182, and then you look at the clearance between them. Hold that valve out there. Right there. Yeah, that's good. And they want you to look at this clearance, and you want to make sure you got around 1/16 of an inch. Has anybody got it figured out how you're going to do that? All right. You can spend a lot of money for that tool, or you can go over to your lathe. If you don't have a lathe, find a little shop that's got one. They'll make you these things pretty cheap. It's pretty simple. This diameter is the valve guide. Drilled through is for the valve. It's 5/16. So this would be for an Evo or an iron head. So now we're going to use it. Okay, I've got the tool in place. I'm going to snug it up on the valve guide. You take the calipers, and they want intake to be 206. You run this down, and you're holding this pretty tight with your thumb. You run this down till it touches. Just touched. Now you open the valve. There's 100. Oops, hand slip. 100, 200. Lock it down. Hand slip, didn't work. Which begs the reply of maybe you ought to buy that Troc checker. Fine. 200. Got it that time. So there's a gap in there. Okay. So this thing doesn't move. I'm going to lock down the screw that's on the valve guide. So this screw that the wrench is engaged with is holding the tool to the valve guide. This screw is holding the tool to the valve stem. So now you've got this thing held in place at 210. It said 206, but I always give it an extra thousandths or two. That way your air in the side of safety. Now, the other one is supposed to be 182. You don't even have to check it. All you have to do is open it up and see at its closest point, what is it? And as you can see, this distance, is there enough light in there for people to see?
Mm-hmm.
This distance is a mile compared to a 1/16 of an inch. So there, you've just checked it. And this, I made these in, I don't know, an hour. It's bored out for a guide, counter bored for the valve stem, cross drilled for a couple set screws, and you're done. That's it. You have a tool that's simple in its design, and yet it's very effective. And if you're going to start doing this work, you need tools like this. This works very well. I've used these for years. Works fine. End.